There was a connection there, man. A lot of people loved him. And a lot of people miss him. So. I'm still, like I said, very much in shock because he's been one of my favorite political, commentators. I'm not really into politics that much, but he was one of those guys that I had fun watching. I felt like he had a good sense of humor about it. And but yeah, with everything that happened, we're gonna go into the alleged shooter in custody. Obviously, I want to say alleged because he is innocent. Until proven guilty in the court of law, that still matters. I want everybody to realize that. But based on a lot of the headlines, we're going to try to go with we're just really going from X. So I would take everything you hear with a bit of a grain of salt. A bit of a grain of salt here. Give me one moment, though. Okay, so let's see. Piers Morgan says Charlie Kirk's assassin, Tyler Robinson, 22, killed him because he hated his opinions and thought he was a fascist, yet ironically, he was the fascist. Killing someone to silence their opposing views, the woke left love to say speech is violent. It's not. Violence is. Actual violence is violence. Words are not violence. And I want people to realize that. That's huge. And it's sad that this, you know what I mean? It's just sad. But yeah, no, here's the thing. Speech is not violence. Words are not violence. If you can't figure that out, you just don't have any base level of intelligence. It's clear. But, yeah, and it just surprises me that people really think, because like actually hurting somebody, like going up to them, punching them, doing some sort of violent act, that's violence. Speech is not violent. Words, saying what you believe in, is not violence. And if you, like I said, if you just don't understand that, I don't know what to tell you. You're just too dumb for words. But it is good that the suspect is in custody. So I guess the question is, what responsibility do platforms have when real-world violence follows online posts? I don't know. Look, I think that every person is responsible for themselves. All right, that's the thing. And it's just, I don't know. I'm still broken up about it, you guys. Like, seriously, I'm glad they have him in custody, though. We're going to go kind of over more of the story because I have some information. I just, I still am just dumbfounded that people are okay with this. Blows my mind, at the end of the day. It's just crazy to me. Chris Hansen is on the stream. Chris Hansen says, "Man, this sucks. He clearly won't leave any girls for the rest of us." That's what Chris Hansen is saying. I will admit, if I see a legend like Chris Hansen in the chat, I automatically read what Chris Hansen says. Chris Hansen is a wise man. I think what blows my mind is how many liberals or how many people were giddy. I'm not going to say liberals specifically, but how many people were so giddy about hearing. I wouldn't say there were too many. I think it's the people who live online. I think most normal people, I wouldn't even say normal, I think just most people who have a soul weren't giddy about it. You know? And I think if you're giddy about it, I mean, man, you got some problems, brother. You got some probs, man. But yeah, still just wild, man. I just think that the amount of it's just weird to see how many people get radicalized, and you know, I'm just not really. It's tough for me to get brainwashed because I'm just so resistant to bullshit. Like seriously, when somebody tries to convince me that a lie is the truth, that's when I'm like, screw you. But yeah, we see that too much in society where so many people are trying to convince people that a lie is the truth. And that's where things get a little bit sketchy, you know? So many people are trying there are so many wokies, I call them the wokies. The wokies, they want you to think that this is a good thing, that his speech promoted violence. And how? He promoted family values. I'm sorry, most of the things that I hear from the left sound like violence to me. But I want them to keep speaking because I want people to realize how dumb they are. And that's the point. The point is, it seems like these people are solving the problems with violence. Unfortunately, it should not be that way at all. It's got to stop, you know? So, violence has to end at some point. How does it end? We don't know. But, you know, I mean, Charlie was honestly a pretty damn good soul and amazing dude. But yeah, like I said, to all of you who think that it's good that his life was ended like this, I mean, I just don't know what kind of people you really are. Probably crappy people, more than anything. But yeah, when does it end? When does it end? By the way, if you guys want your comment to be read first, you know the drill. Gotta do a super chat. I'll read it. I'll even comment. I'll even try to get people to subscribe to your channel or become a channel member. One or the other. Becoming a channel member is a little cheaper, but so yeah, just trying to encourage people to become a channel member or give a super chat. One or the other. Yeah, I'm still shocked that Charlie's gone, man. It still blows my mind. Now, I will say I'm taking a look at the comments, but I refuse to read. I'm really not. You know, the only comments I'm going to read aloud are people who have been on this channel for a long time, and you know, that sort of thing. But there's a lot of. I've noticed that a lot of miserable people, typically leftists, are coming into the chat and being total chodes, being terrible people. And by the way, if you're a terrible person and you have a terrible comment and you want that terrible comment to be read, you better put up the frickin'. You better do a super chat because that's the only way I'll read your vile mess of a comment. But yeah, no, to be this, for everybody's dancing on his grave, man, it just blows my mind. In other news, though, I'm finally done with T-Tech. I was able to ship the box back to them. Thank goodness. So we're going to look up a little bit more here. So Colin Rugg on X says an account with 5 million followers on X posts a fake photo of suspect Tyler Robinson wearing a Trump shirt and quietly follows up in the thread. Real photo. Oh. Wow. The fake photo, which hasn't been deleted, gets 400,000 impressions in an hour, and the real one gets 50,000. Wow. Okay. You know, honestly, it doesn't surprise me that the left is trying to make this guy look like a Trump shooter. Dude, I take one look at this dude. He looks like a soy boy. He has soy face. So, but yeah, he's in custody. He is a suspect. We can't say for sure. Allegedly, they're saying that he's the one. It's alleged. I'm looking real quick. Sorry, everybody. I'm trying to figure out a couple things real quick. One moment. So what can we find out about him? Let's see. He's white. So, here's the thing. I think there's a lot of gaslighting from the left because honestly, it's just crazy. One moment, though. One moment. Let's see. So, the Pop Crave account says bullet casings found in Tyler Robinson's weapon used to kill Charlie Kirk had various messages inscribed. Notices, bulges, OWO, what's this? Said, hey, fascist, catch. That sounds like some liberal stuff. What the hell? If you read this, oh, okay. Dang it. It says if you, oh, Jesus. I don't know who to trust. Let's see if we can get more information on Tyler Robinson here. All right, so Charlie Kirk, shooting suspect Tyler Robinson in custody. All right, so NBC News, which I don't know how much I trust this source, but we'll see. Officials have identified the person accused of fatally shooting conservative activist Charlie Kirk as 22-year-old Utah resident Tyler Robinson. Utah Governor Spencer Cox said at a press conference on Friday morning that investigators arrested and identified Robinson after analyzing surveillance footage, interviewing Robinson's family members, and reviewing online messages between Robinson and his roommate. We got him, Cox said, standing with FBI director. Whatever. Yeah, I don't know. This definitely seems... I just don't understand why anybody would want to... It's crazy. It's just a crazy person, though, at the end of the day. But like most crazies... See what New York Post says. New York Post says Tyler Robinson, 22-year-old from Utah, ID'd as Charlie Kirk, shooting suspect after father turned him in. Trump says we have him. Let's see here. President Trump announced Friday that a suspect in Charlie Kirk's assassination was turned in by his father, with the suspect identified as Tyler Robinson, a 22-year-old Utah student who allegedly wrote "Hey fascist, catch" on a bullet. I think with a high degree of certainty we have him, Trump told Fox and Friends. During a live interview at the cable giant's Manhattan studio, saying he'd heard just minutes before his 8 a.m. interview. Somebody who is very close to him turned him in, the president said. Then revealing it was the suspect's dad, Matt, who relayed it through the minister, who was involved with law enforcement. Interesting. Okay. Showing some photos of him. This is from the New York Post, by the way. I hope he's going... So this is a quote. It says, I hope he's going to be found guilty, and I hope he gets the death penalty. What he did... Charlie Kirk was the finest person, and he didn't deserve this. This is what it looks like Trump said based on the quote. That's just a quote I'm reading. Trump did not name the suspect, but he was later confirmed to be Robinson, and ID first confirmed by the Post. I'm just kind of still reading this article. So we got him. Utah Governor Spencer Cox announced with the arrest at 10 p.m. Thursday, some 33 hours after father of two, Kirk, 31, was gunned down at Utah Valley University. It's still weird to even think that this has happened, man. I'm still pretty blown away about this, man. I think anybody with any source of like empathy, you know, it's like, it's crazy. What do you guys think, though? You guys think this is just wild? Yeah. I'm just surprised so many people are just so okay with this. Talking about my tiny fridge? How was he an instigator? You know, people in the chat, he has got a single brain cell. It's wild, man. It's all very wild. Hey, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, by the way. More subscribers, the better. It really does help the channel grow, and I greatly appreciate it. Back to the scheduled program. So Tyler was turned in by his dad, who confronted him after seeing photos of the killer, with the son saying he would rather kill himself than hand himself in. Discord chats with his roommate also showed him discussing a rifle hidden in a towel near where it was. Oh, wow. So bullets had hateful scrawls on them, including, "If you read this, you're gay," LMAO, and "Hey fascist, catch." So, dude, it just sounds like this is a radical. This sounds like this is a kid who got radicalized into probably some Antifa crap. Yeah. Rest in peace, Charlie, man. It's all beyond devastating, man. It's just screwed up. It's hard to figure out necessarily what to say during a time like this. You know, I think it's just, it's wild. Wild to me, man. It's, do a little bit of an experiment here. Try to keep the camera further away from me. But yeah, I think overall, I mean, what we're seeing, man, is just, it's crazy. Yeah, I appreciate you guys in the chat, even if a lot of you guys are total chodes. It's just wild that the death of one person. Hold on. One of my packages was out for delivery, so let me take a look at that real quick. Hold on, folks. Sorry about that. Technical issues, I think. Some technical issues. Hold on. But yeah, sorry about that. A package got delivered, but they put it in the wrong area. Hold on. Cheers. One moment, guys, one moment. But yeah, if you guys want me to read your chat, man, you guys gotta give me a super chat. It's a lot of haters in the room, so if you haters want me to read your stuff, better pay the toll. You gotta pay the toll, man. You gotta pay the toll. All right, you gotta do it. Gotta pay the troll toll. Sorry, you guys, I had to put away some Monster energy drinks. But it's rough, man. It's rough. I'm just, I don't know. Yeah. It depends. What are you guys feeling? One moment, folks. I'll answer your questions in just a few moments. Sorry, I'm sorting out some technical issues during the stream. All right. It is crazy, though, that the shooter's father turned him in. You know, I mean, it's good. So it looks like there's a lot of evidence to show that he is the person who did it. There's a lot of surveillance footage that's showing, but still innocent until proven guilty. There still needs to be trials. Those things still matter, all right? I mean, obviously, the evidence, from what I've been able to gather, looks pretty damning to me. And, it's kind of wild. Alright, you guys want to see how tough I am? Do you guys want to see how tough I am? Look at how muscular I am. See this? See that? Oh, look at that. Ready? Ready? Oh. See that? I'm like I'm like Aquaman. Aquaman. I'm like Aquaman, dude. I'm stuck. I'm stuck, step bros. I'm stuck. I'm stuck in this box. Help me, please. Oh my god. Man, what is up with everybody? You know, there's a lot of haters in this chat room. You guys gonna stop hating or what? So, what do you guys think about the shooter, the alleged shooter? Do you guys think it is this person, or do you think the evidence? I'm gonna put out a poll question. Give me a few moments, folks. I'm going to try my best here. So we got a poll going. We got the poll going here. And the question is, do you believe Tyler Robinson is guilty? We have a poll. 67% of you... Oh, we got 8 votes. We're getting votes coming in like crazy. Do you believe Tyler Robinson is guilty? So we're just going to, based on the evidence that you guys have been able to see, I mean, I think, honestly, me personally, I do believe I think he is. Don't forget, folks, super chats are answered first. So if you want your voice to be heard, I'm going to talk about really heard and really praised. Super chats help out quite a bit. So we appreciate all your patronage, no matter what. So what are we thinking here? What are we thinking? What are we thinking? I mean, it definitely seems like, you know, things are not looking good based on what I've been able to see, right? Make sure you guys don't forget to hit that subscribe button, by the way. We need more subscribers, so more subscribers equals more distribution of this. We gotta expose the truth, man. We gotta show the truth. This particular stream is about Tyler Robinson allegedly being the person who did what he did to Charlie Kirk, and I'm upset because it's sounding more and more like it is him. And it's a vile, disgusting act of, it's just terrible. Oh no. But I don't know, man. This is crazy. But yeah, as somebody who I don't really consider myself all that political, I really don't. I usually kind of mock politics. I do take a very mockery route. I think a lot of it's bullshit, and I think a lot of the stuff that mainstream media puts out is bullshit because all they want is ratings. They don't want truth. So a lot of those, it's sad, but it's true. I mean, look, all they want, just like me, is eyeballs. But I don't claim to be an actual news network. I am an opinion person. I got my own opinions. Whether they're right or whether they're wrong, does it really matter? You got to think for yourself. I think for myself, but I also want my audience to truly, critically think about everything I say. Because I may be wrong, and chances are I probably am. Which is funny. Ugh. But we need more simps. I'm actually surprised by the poll results. 57 votes says, do you believe Tyler Robinson is guilty? 68% of you say yes. 32% of you say no. Very interesting poll results we got going on. It's a wild situation, man. So hey, if you guys want me to read and respond to your questions, we gotta have super chats. First off, I'll even tell people, because I always like doing this whenever somebody gives me a super chat, I encourage my followers to actually subscribe to your channel. So keep that in mind. All right. All right, so I mean, overall, though, with everything that's gone on, I mean, I gotta admit, this is depressing stuff, but it's tough to look at some of this, to be honest. It can be very tough, very tough. Okay, so the man accused of assassinating Charlie Kirk was being held Friday at the Utah County Jail A court affidavit says Tyler Robinson, 22, is arrested on suspicion of aggravated murder, felony discharge of a firearm, causing seriously bodily harm, and obstruction of justice charges. A judge ordered that he be held without bail. Formal charges are expected to be released early next week. Let's see. This is from the AP, by the way, AP News. Robinson has indicated to a family friend afterwards that he was responsible, said Utah Governor Spencer Cox. He also cited as key pieces of evidence engravings on bullets found in a rifle believed to have been used in the attack, as well as chatting app messages that attributed to the accused shooter that a roommate shared with law enforcement after the shooting. Let's see. The suspect, officials have identified Robinson as the suspect, is what they're saying. In Kirk's assassination, Utah Governor Spencer Cox said he believed to have acted alone and that the investigation is ongoing. The governor would not say if Robinson is cooperating with authorities. Let's take a look at the poll real quick. I think it's pretty obvious you all think he's guilty. So 69% of you say guilty, so we're going to end the poll. It's pretty obvious where people stand. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, though. The more subscribers we have, the better. So people, I mean, it's crazy because I don't know. That would be such a tough situation to find out that, first off, to find out your son actually murdered somebody like that. That's bad. That's heartbreaking, man. It's heartbreaking. I'm glad that they were able to find out allegedly who he is. I'm glad that there's a lot of cameras on that campus because, we need the justice. We need justice for Charlie, man. For his family as well. The person who did this act. It's a form. Was he brainwashed? I don't know. Anybody who does this is usually easily influenced by any sort of media, unfortunately. It sucks. Because like I said, I'm a huge Charlie Kirk fan. I think he was incredible. Jack Fullerton says an Antifa plebe. Absolutely, it sounds about right. That's the one name I'm tired of hearing is the name Antifa. I could go way longer. I would rather just not hear that name. I hate Antifa with a passion. I think they're the most hateful, vile group ever. And yeah, I said I hate them. I don't like them at all. I think Antifa is terrible. Matt P. Oh, thank you, Matt P, for the $1.99. I greatly appreciate it, my brony brother. My brony brother's coming in the clutch. Coming in the clutch. Matt P says, you look and sound exactly like Tucker Carlson. I was really hoping that you would say, Matt P, by the way, make sure you guys subscribe to Matt P's channel. Thank you for the super chat, brother. But you saying that I look and sound exactly like Tucker Carlson, that's actually kind of a compliment. I was kind of hoping more like Chris Hansen, Dateline NBC. I'm Chris Hansen in Dateline NBC. But anyway, I'm a big Chris Hansen fan, though. I think his work is brilliant, and I'm glad that he is a pedo catcher. That stuff's awesome. But yeah, I think Charlie's honestly become a martyr at this point. If I could, then I would. But yeah, the more super chats, I simp. I'm a simp for super chats. So, you're wondering how you send money? You just gotta use there's a little $ icon. You press the $ icon, and then you just select whatever amount of money you want to give, and then boom, I got a super chat. But yeah, if you guys want me to really, really answer your questions, or if you have a compliment or a comment you want me to read aloud, let me know. Put it in a super chat. I'm more than happy to read it. Let's see. But yeah, this is the studio. This is the ultimate mobile, beautiful studio. I know I've been doing a lot of vertical lives lately, but honestly, this is the best way to grow the audience. And I can do the style of show that I would typically like to do through this medium. So. But I'll tell you this. If you guys want to contribute to the show in some way, feel free. Okay, we got ourselves a super chat. Thank you. Gravity is Wrong is giving us a super chat. Thank you. So Gravity is Wrong is asking. He's asking why are there so many videos of Roof Guy? Why are there so many videos of Roof Guy? So make sure you guys subscribe to Gravity is Wrong's channel. Thank you for the $1.99, my man. So to answer the question, why are there so many? I think the reason there are so many videos is because there was so much surveillance. There were so many surveillance cameras on campus that the police were able to access. Also, think about it this way. There are also buildings and windows. If somebody saw somebody on the roof, they could take a short video, and then if they had that video on their phone, they could give it to the FBI and stuff like that. So it's a big deal. These are good questions, though. These are good questions. I like these. No, I appreciate it. Thank you, bud. Let's see. But if you guys want your questions asked, there's a little $ button on your mobile phone. There's a little $ button. You click it, and if you want your question answered in top priority, I'll be able to do it that way. It makes things a lot easier. Matt P says he was silenced, he was killed, without a doubt. Without a doubt. It's highly unfortunate, man. Not just highly unfortunate, it's just terrible. But yeah, that's the way I see it personally. So I see it as very simple. Plenty of surveillance cameras. It is a college campus, and I think it's a pretty big one in Utah too. Oh, we have my boy David Johnson in the house. Hell yeah. So, I mean, with Charlie and everything, man, I think with what's happened, um, it's it's just weird to me, man. It's still weird. It's still weird to have to even say the phrase that Charlie Kirk is gone. Um, just because I really think he was one of the coolest dudes, man. I just think he was just such a fun dude to watch. I enjoyed his lectures. I think everything about him was just honestly as pure as it could get. It's still pretty sad though, man. I mean, honestly, in a lot of ways, it's, my eyes do feel pretty opened at this point. It's like, he was just one of those guys, man. I think that just, Charlie spoke to me in a lot of ways. Um, a lot of the people that I idolize have never actually, not all of them I've met in real life. I was really hoping that one day in the future, before all this happened, before this terrible shooting happened, I really thought one of these days I would actually be able to get to meet Charlie and tell him thank you. Like, be like, maybe he would go to an event somewhere in Oregon, and I never took that opportunity. But yeah, no, I mean, like I said, Charlie Kirk is one of the reasons that I'm still doing this channel and I never gave up on it. Because I saw how he never really gave up on what he was doing. He started Turning Point when he was 18. He dropped out of college after, like, basically, I think a semester, the same way I did. Because I felt it was too slow and I was bored. College was never for me. Charlie thought the same thing, thought the same way. College was not for him. It isn't for everybody. But he created a great business. I think Turning Point's great. I think it's turning. I think it's exposing the youth to the harms of bad ideas like socialism and communism, and showing people that capitalism's not that bad. I would rather be. I prefer capitalism over communism or socialism any day. And if you try to combine communism and socialism with capitalism, that's a bad combination. You don't take a bad idea and combine it with a good idea, it just creates shit. Look, capitalism's awesome. I love free markets. I'm about free markets, and when the government interferes too much, that's a problem. That is the biggest problem right there. So, I don't like government interference. It's heartbreaking, man. Oh my god, my brother just sent me what is this? It's a Meat Canyon video, so I'm a little concerned already. This is disturbing.
That smells good. Doesn't it, Mr. Krabs? Aye. It do, Mr. Squidward. It do. Sponge me, boy. Maybe a bit more of that secret formula. Is that good, Mr. Krabs?
Oh my god.
Is that how you like it?
Aye. That's how Mr. Krabs wants it, but something happens even more. Can you feel that?
Oh, God. I can feel it, Mr. Krabs.
Mr. Krabs is dipping his hand in the open honey jar, isn't he?
You can take as much as you want, Mr. Krabs.
No, don't leave me out. I need you, SpongeBob.
Go on and get yourself a hand.
I'm watching a very weird video right now.
Oh my god, it's so fucking good.
Flavor. I need more flavor.
I'm not too sure what I just watched. What the fuck? Anyway, so I'm just honestly very happy that they were able to secure and figure out who the person is. They were able to get them in custody. That matters a lot. And look, Charlie Kirk deserves some form of justice here, man. And to those of you who are saying that he's right wing, those bullet casings seem a little bit otherwise. I'm talking about the alleged shooter. And I think anybody who did this, by the way, Charlie Kirk is a widely loved figure. A widely loved figure. And it's crazy. Because I'm the greatest white rapper in the US of A. Because all my homeboys, they think that I'm gay. And I don't know why. I'm that kind of guy. Dude, Ultra Fire's in the house. The Brony Brothers, dude. The Brony Brothers. Hell yeah. So overall, I will say this. You know, I'm gonna definitely be following the court case as more information comes out when they do the court case. We're all pretty broken about this, I think. And I mean, if you're not broken about it, you know, whatever. But you know what happened, man, is just. Wild. Matt P, exactly, dude. Gone way too soon, man. And Charlie, I think, was the best of. I think Charlie was honestly the best of us. And he had such a. Honestly, I think he was a kinder and gentler soul than people give him credit for. But to all the haters in the chat, to all the liberals in the chat who are hating on Charlie Kirk, I want you to know this. That's, you know, it's on you at the end of the day, you know. And you know, it's just sad because what happened. This happened to a very kind dude. I sincerely believe Charlie is one of the kindest dudes out there. Yeah, exactly. R.I.P. Mr. Kirk. Song Jones, thank you for that. Yes, it's finally becoming a little more real because, like I said, I always thought I would have the opportunity to eventually tell him thank you for inspiring me to keep doing the show that I do. You know what I mean? He inspired me in many ways. And I think he inspired a lot of people. So, Song Jones says, I hate that it happened in front of his family. Exactly. That's one of the worst parts about this to me. That's just a nightmare and a half. And it's shocking. You know, you'd think in this day and age that nothing would shock me, but honestly, I am going to take a quick peek at the markets real fast. Well, Bitcoin, my click coin's going up. We'll have to really quickly bet against the Bitcoin, my click coin. 28.48, really? Whoa. I'll set this for a limit real quick. Push it to the limit. Walk along. We're doing a limit order for the S-bit real quick, you guys. Hold on, I got to do a quick limit order. Doing it on my cellular phone, using my magical fingers. Now, I might be able to buy it at the price that I want to buy it, but... It's sad that everybody's so hateful in this chat, man. But the good news is that... I think the thing is we lost a really good person, a very kind individual. He loved to debate, and yeah, username says bunch of keyboard warriors that would actually puke their guts out at the sight of blood. Yeah. You know, everybody's so tough on the internet, you know. They act so tough. But you're not. None of you can even show your face. I have the courage of my convictions. And I'm not going to let people who say I'm wrong, just because you say I'm wrong doesn't mean I'm wrong. That's one of my favorite beliefs right there, because most people... I don't know. Okay. So what's everybody talking about now? Hey, if you guys want your comments read, you know what you got to do. First off, subscribe to the channel, and then make sure that you click the little dollar sign. When you click the dollar sign, you can give me whatever amount of money you want, and then you can give me a super chat. But if you want me to read your hate-filled messages, all you haters, then you're gonna have to get a super chat. Song Jones does say your last name is Garza. Are you Hispanic? I am actually Hispanic. By the way, David, there's called the aftermarket, and I'm able to put in a quick order in the aftermarket. There are, for instance, in Robinhood, I can actually set a limit order for certain things. I may not be able to get that, but it's possible. All right, so what else we going to talk about, people? Hold on. My boy TJ from Stocks Family Farm says, R.I.P. Charlie Kirk. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. But yeah, I'm doing a lot better than I was before. When I heard about Charlie passing away, I was struggling because I was already struggling because of other factors in my life. Here, I am going to actually sit down for a second. Oh. I've been standing a little too long here. Hold on. Let's see if there we go. I think that'll do. Try something here. Trying to unplug that just in case this falls down. If my phone falls down, no big deal. All right, so yeah, with what happened with Charlie, man, it's a crazy situation. I'm trying to read the chats from here. Might be able to read them on the old FAP. There we go. I can see them on the FAP top. Yep. But yeah, we got my boy TJ in the house. Hell yeah, love good old TJ, man, the GOAT. Yeah, TJ, check out Stocks Family Farm, by the way, if you guys get bored. He's got some really cool content, really fun to watch. Just overall cool dude. I love my boy TJ, man. Yeah, I'm loving the people actually coming in and actually saying, you know, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. There've just been so many pieces of garbage. They just keep coming into the chat and just saying heinous, terrible things about it, man. But yeah, he's honestly one of the coolest dudes ever. So I think I think he's one of the coolest dudes ever because he was actually a pretty wholesome dude. And I think people have a hard time believing that wholesome people exist in this world. I think everybody just thinks that everybody's got some sort of weird skeleton in their closet, or they like, you know, have their wife peg them or something like that, or some weird shit, you know. But like, you know, it's just one of those things. TJ is asking, do you want to come out to the farm and have a few beers? Well, honestly, tonight my girlfriend and I were going out to. We're gonna be celebrating our anniversary tonight. We're gonna have an anniversary dinner. I can't remember which place we're going to. She mentioned it in a text message. I'll have to check it out. But we're going. I know that we're going out for an anniversary dinner tonight. And honestly, though, the only main focus I'm really having right now is doing the live streams. I'm doing a lot of live streams, and then I'm also going to be doing a lot of DoorDash on the side. So it's a big deal. Yeah, I'm really trying my best to do the, just to be as responsible as I can. I'm trying to. TJ just say congratulations. We just had our anniversary on the 9th. Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah. Yeah. Yeah, my girlfriend and I, we've been together for about, for a pretty good chunk of time, 5 years for about 5 years, and she's amazing, man. She's just purely amazing. Slong Jones says, Garza, I think you should create an OnlyFans account. What if? Well, I'm not gonna comment on that because, well, I think we all know the answer to that. Yeah, that was the one thing I liked about Charlie. I think he was just honestly a pretty wholesome dude. He loved his family. He loved his wife. TJ says, can't wait for the wife and I to meet her. Heck yeah, man. I think it'd be cool. But yeah, she's pretty amazing. No, she puts up with a lot from me. Well, not too much from me. I'm very I'm such a basic dude that I'm just glad she loves me. She understands that, we're all just doing the best we can at the moment, you know. But yeah, I think the one thing I love is just the level of engagement on here, man. You guys have just been so much fun to talk to. This is great, man. I've seen a few people in the chat telling me to oil up, like this is a Diddy-thon. Mr. TJ says, I'm going to go. Have a good night, a great night, sir. Absolutely, brother. You too. Have a good one, bud. But yes, if you guys want your pressing questions answered, make sure that you gift me a super. I call them simper chats because anybody who gives them, they're simping. So if you guys want to simp, make sure that you guys give me a simper chat. So who's gonna simp for daddy? You gonna simp for daddy? This is it, man. If you guys want your questions answered. Yeah, I still believe Charlie was the best of us, man. I still think he was one of the greatest dudes in the world. Kind soul, man. I copy something real quick and paste it in the chat. Very happy I pissed off quite a few libs yesterday. Charlie would have been proud. Username is asking, what does a gay horse eat? Hey. Oh, yeah. Doggy Dog says, Song Jones, I know you know me, MF. Look at that. They got the Dirt Nowitzki form going right there. Boom. We got 70 people? Hell yeah. I'm just really relieved, you guys, just being able to return the equipment that I was using for work, the computer and everything. And I'm just happy to be to not be working for a very, very, let's just say a very, very crappy company. Just, I can't explain it, man. I just can't explain it. T-Tech discriminated against me, man. My managers made me feel like garbage. But yeah, T-Tech is a bad place to work. I would recommend if you see a job opening for T-Tech, might be best to avoid it. There's better places to work, trust me. T-Tech is garbage. But no, T-Tech is a terrible place to work. Look it up, man. Go to the T-Tech subreddit, like straight up. Look at this. I want to just tell you guys. I'm going to see if I can learn how to type from down below. Hold on. Go to the T-Tech subreddit. You will see what I'm talking about. There we go. Yeah, so go check out the T-Tech subreddit, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Basically, it's just they're not a good company. They're pretty bad at what they do. It's a nightmare. Honestly, I didn't think I'd be saying this, man, but getting fired from that job was the best thing to ever happen to me. I get to do this show. And yeah. Tim Smith said he specifically told family members he didn't like Charlie Kirk. But yeah, we're back to the standing show again. I think a standing show is healthy. It encourages maybe more healthy stuff, healthy behaviors and stuff. And I'm training my legs to be a little more durable. So you guys are going to be seeing a lot more of me on Vertical Lives, and I want to definitely take over this space. I want to take over this space. I want to plant my flag. Yeah, I'm not going to become more radical. I'm not even that radical. My viewpoints are fairly moderate, by the way. Oddly enough. It's wild because I am actually a fairly moderate dude when it comes down to my viewpoints. I'm not like... some people get real crazy with their ideologies, and I don't... I got my belief systems, but I don't really care if anybody believes what I believe, is kind of what it boils down to. So many people Well, like, it's the weirdest thing, man. If you have I call it the wrong beliefs, you get treated like garbage, man. And it does happen. It does happen. People get treated like garbage for having beliefs that don't align with the collective, let's say. All right, we need a little more Tim Smith. My boy, dude. Okay, so Tim Smith wants me to do a white noise chillin' live reaction. Okay, let's do this, man. Let's do this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually try my best to hopefully show the laptop screen, maybe. It might not actually. So here, I'm not going to show the screen, but we're going to hear the audio from my HP laptop. Hold on. So what was it again? White noise. We talked about this earlier. White noise chillin'. All right, we're doing a live reaction here.
Hey, Mama. You remember when you taught me how to fish? Feeling a little nostalgic right now, that's all. Hey, where's my joint? go missing like Gabby Petito. I gotta tell you, you're looking through the peephole. You went into the looking glass. Alice, I have to ask, get up off your ass, stop just smoking grass. It's time to graduate and move the tassel. You graduated from a nice guy to an asshole. And here we go, we're gonna rock and roll. Elvis Presley's legs shaking, getting weaker than Joe Biden's knees. I'm beezing, I'm a buzzing like bees. Oh, come on, hold the wax, please. Let's take another rip. Los Angeles, motherfucker, that's why I clip. And snip, snip, we gotta sever the ties. You better open up and realize. Everybody wants to stab you in the back. Everybody wants to take a pinch of your fucking sack. That's why I'm chilling. Chilling like a villain. That's why I'm chilling. Got my Mary Jane, don't need that penicillin. That's why I'm chilling. That's why I'm chilling. That's why I'm chilling. That's why I chill. Motherfucker, that's why I'm so goddamn real. I've been smoking since I was a rugrat, no feeling lil. But let me tell you, you better do the drill. Let me cop and feel. Let me break up the bud. Yeah, that's right, I'm Elmer the Fudd, your Bugs Bunny. I ain't no crash dummy. Everybody's getting close cause they want something from me. I'm light like a feather, got a knockout punch like Mayweather. Bitch, I do it for the cheddar, and you knew much better. You wear my sweater, no Gucci, John Belushi. This is an animal house, so let's bounce. You get caught up in the trap like a mouse. You know you gotta pounce around. Yeah, I've been moving up and down this city to the town. No playoffs, Cleveland Browns, but now I'm going for the championship. I'm like a chief, I'm still beyond disbelief. And that's why I'm chilling. Chilling like a villain. That's why I'm chilling. Got my Mary Jane, don't need that penicillin. That's why I'm chilling. That's why I'm chilling. That's why I'm chilling. That's why I chill. Motherfucker, that's why I'm so goddamn real.
Okay, I gotta react. So I looked at the lyrics last night. Tim Smith, thank you, by the way, for recommending this. I had to do a dance. It's called it's by White Noise, Chillin'. Just so good, dude. Make sure you guys give me a super chat. That dance took a lot of energy out. I'm gonna need to buy Twinkies later. That's pretty dope, man. I think it's a good dance number, though. What do you guys think? You guys, it's pretty good. I think a lot of people are just jealous of my dance moves. I need Twinkies. By the way, if you guys want your questions answered, you got to press that $sign. All right? It's a dollar sign, okay? You got to press that $sign, and you got to give me whatever quantity you want to give me, and then ask your question, all right? Hello, everybody. I will say hello. Yes, it's Grace. I said hello. Hello. So, I mean, I'm actually making more money doing YouTube, so I gotta smell good for my, because we're going on our anniversary day here pretty soon. But yeah, I think, a lot of people, like I said, are upset, and we should be. There's nothing wrong with Axe body spray, okay? Anthony, my boy Antoine says, keep doing what you do, Legendary Mac. Hell yeah. And by pay for my local gym membership, I mean the tab at the local gay bar. So. Oh yeah, there's always going to be haters, but the haters pay me well. So I want to say to anybody who is hating, if you is a hater, Yeah, I mean, if they want to be salty, that's okay. I don't mind salty people. You can be salty. But Antoine says the ones hating are salty and crying. Absolutely. I want to cheer them up, though, no matter what they believe, Keep them views rolling along. Absolutely, man. The haters only help me grow the channel. This is pretty much... all the haters have actually allowed this channel to grow. And... by the way, we're almost at 5,000 subscribers, so if you guys can, please subscribe. It really helps out the channel quite a bit, and I can't believe we're here. I can't believe we're almost at 5,000 subscribers, and I'll tell you what, man, I've been putting in the work. I've been trying to make this show better, trying to make sure I'm talking about fun subjects, maybe not even fun subjects, but the right subjects to be talking about. Because it's... honestly, I'm going to tell you guys this. I honestly can't wait to stop talking about the horrible incident that happened to Charlie. But I feel like we gotta keep talking about this. We gotta keep reminding people that we deserve to have a voice too. All right? And I hate it when liberals think that they could take the high ground when they actually take the low ground more often than anybody else. It's upsetting because liberals tend to take the low road all the time, and then when we decide to match that energy towards them, then they start playing victim. I avoid liberals because for the most part, not all of them, but for the most part, I do avoid liberals. I love my buddies; they're fairly liberal. I don't avoid them. I love them actually; they're good people. But I'm talking about in general. On the internet especially. So a lot of the liberals on the internet are keyboard warriors. And I'll admit that some of the mega people are also that way too that live on the internet. Am I in front of the camera a lot? Sure. I actually enjoy being in front of the camera, speaking my mind, really engaging and reading the chats from the audience because it's fun. Well, instead of saying liberal, I should say the people who call themselves liberals are actually authoritarians and fascists, typically, these days. Because they want to censor speech that they deem dangerous or hateful, and that's actually fascism. If you try to censor somebody, that's a level of fascism. Um, by the way, to all the angry people on here, if you want me to read out your anger and expose you for the hater that you are, you gotta give me a super chat, man. You want me to you want me to read your terrible messages? Give me a super chat, please. Also, Anthony says, "Pipe man, no PFP, damn chubs behind a keyboard." That's funny. And to any regular messages that I don't get to from our typical, show base like Antoine, Ty Lord, or Tim Smith, if I miss any of those, it's only because honestly I've been getting a lot more chats than I would have anticipated. So trying to keep up with it. But to most people though, to anybody else, if you're new, make sure you get a super chat in. Or if you want more recognition, become a channel member. Becoming a channel member is only 99 cents a month, and you get easily recognized as a contributor to some degree. Not really a contributor, but like as just a general member. So. Super chats matter. But also they get highlighted. That's a big deal. Super chats get highlighted, and it helps make your comment visible. So that matters quite a bit. So it does matter. Oh, okay. Aaron Bragg says, okay, thank you for the super chat, Aaron. I appreciate it big time, brother. Please give me 1 second. Let me try to respond to this as best as I can. So you're asking, please give me TLDR of your prompt. I'm going to try to decipher what you're saying. I feel like you're typing some German schlog. Typing some German stuff here. Kind of thinking real quick. I don't really know what you're talking about, brother. Can you elaborate a bit? Okay, so too long didn't read. Okay. So here's the thing, man. Here's what I think about the D-power Nazis. I don't really think there's any Nazis out there. By the way, leftists actually say that if you believe conservative, well, I wouldn't say this, but most leftists seem to believe that if you have any conservative values whatsoever, you must be a Nazi. That's so terrible. It's so wrong to hear that. First off, the word Nazi just doesn't have the same meaning anymore because everybody gets called a Nazi if they're a conservative. So I guess overall, as far as my prompt goes, if you're talking about like an AI prompt, I don't really have one. I mean, I like to use AI when I'm trying to look up trending topics and stuff because it really does help cut through the filth. So anyway, that's all I could say. Hopefully that helps, but you guys make sure that you guys subscribe to Aaron Bragg. Once again, that's Aaron Bragg, Bragg. Gave a $2 super chat. We really appreciate that here on the channel. Big time, brother. And the question was, or the statement was, please give me a TLDR of your prompt plus D-Power Nazis. I mean, yeah. If there are real Nazis, which I don't think there's many, but they probably exist, then, you know, they could go do their thing. I don't want anything to do with them. But also, you know, just because, and if anybody's even implying, if anybody implied that Charlie Kirk was one, you guys are sickos, man. The guy had nothing but respect. He just didn't put up with a lot of bullshit. Sorry, leftists. Nobody wants to put up with your BS. Shocking. Let's see. Aaron Bragg says, nice dude, RIP Charlie. I hope the cycle stops. Absolutely. The cycle of violence, man, I want it to stop too, brother. So it was proven that he was an Antifa supporter. Wow, okay. That doesn't surprise me at all. Makes perfect sense. But yeah, Aaron Bragg says, nice dude, RIP Charlie. I hope the cycle stops. Dude, me too, man. Seriously, me too. I'm just so sick of... When that even happened, man, I was just stunned. Freaking stunned. Freaked the shit out, man. It's just like, are people just going to get... People, you know what's so... You know the irony is, when the left, when something happens, or somebody gets killed that the left loves, the left just burns everything that they can. We mourn in sadness. Even though I don't really consider myself a conservative, but I'm definitely more conservative than I would be a loony liberal at this point. We mourn. We don't go crazy and start vandalizing shit because we disagree with something. We use our words. We protest a little bit, but we don't go crazy. We don't go crazy with violence. We stand up and we do our best. But yeah, no, I think he was a pretty good dude overall. For those of you who say he wasn't, you know, it's up to you. Well, does anybody else have anything that they want to say? Anything at all? By the way, if you guys want me to read your if you guys want me to read your chats aloud, they got to be super chats. Now, I will make an exception for friends of the show, or just friends that I have in general, or just friends that I've met, like my boy Tim Smith. I consider a friend at this point. You know, I've never met him, but I think he's the man. I think he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. But yeah, other than that, you know, if you guys really want me to read a lot of your chats, there's a lot of haters in the chat, so all you haters, To all the haters, if you really want me to read your excrement, give me a super chat. Put it in a super chat, all right? Absolutely, Charlie is a person with moral values, for sure. If you guys want me to answer your, if you guys, the haters in the channel, if you want me to answer your questions, you got to put it in the form of a super chat. And anybody who wants to contribute a super chat, by the way, you don't have to be a hater. You could actually just be somebody who wants to contribute to the show or wants your voice to be heard a little bit more. So. Oh, yeah, I think Charlie would absolutely respect my work ethic for sure. I do work my butt off, man. I really try. I do the best I can, man. David, do you want me to read your chats? Put it in a super chat, brother. Emma, do you want me to read your chat? Put it in a super chat. But I think what happened is just disgusting. Now, I am going to have to go here in just a little bit, though. Like I said, if there's any haters, if you want me to read aloud your chats, you know what you got to do. Super chat. If you guys give me a super chat, I'll do some tricks. Anthony, my boy Antoine says, hateful things get said 24/7. Absolutely, my man, absolutely. Antoine says, boo-hoo, cry me a river. Cry me a river. Oh, cry me a river. Thank you, my brony brother. I appreciate it. Aaron Bragg, thank you for the contribution today, my man. So, Aaron Bragg gave a super chat, $5 super chat just now. Make sure you guys subscribe to Aaron's channel. Last one, more dialogue. It's almost fun but boring. You're interesting and look unique, but I could swipe away instantly without you talking. Good luck. Ah, man. I appreciate it, my brony brother. Not sure how I feel about it. I do love that money, though. All right, I think we even have another super chat, by the way. Did we get another one? No, we did get another one. Dang, man. Okay, we got Swag Pappy. Make sure you guys subscribe to Swag Pappy. Oh boy. Now I'm gonna quote. This is what the super chat says. So Swag Pappy says. So Swag Pappy says, "Say I'm gay for pay while being a sim." Ooh, I don't know if I want to say that. You guys check out the super chat. I'm not gay. Why would I say that? You saying? Are you saying that I'm gay for pay? What? No. No. I look gay though. But yeah, overall, I think the one big thing here. Sorry, I just heard some loud noises. That's all. Let's see. But hey, I want to thank you for the super chat, by the way. That means a lot, you guys. $14.97. That's incredible, brothers. You guys are my only fans. I'm making sure I didn't miss any super chats. But yeah, no, thank you all for the incredible support on this show. You know, this show has grown in more ways than I could have ever imagined, and I got to admit, I feel like I'm on the right track. Not just feel, I know I'm on the right track here. It's crazy. Okay, let's see. Well, I don't know. I ain't gonna get too much in the spat that's going on here. But no, I want to thank everybody for the super chats. By the way, I am gonna probably have to go here in just a sec. So, but yeah, the more we get these, I call them simper chats at this point, because everybody's simping. I actually probably will have to go here in a second. By the way, does anybody want to give a last super chat before I gotta go? I will read it aloud, and I'll even encourage people to subscribe. But one final note before I gotta go, while we're waiting for a super chat, I will say that everything that has happened to that's happened to Charlie Kirk is just, it still doesn't feel real. It still feels awful. I'm sad. I'm just sad, man. He's a good dude. You know, we live in a world where it's sad. People believe that if somebody disagrees with you, that they're the enemy. It's the weirdest way to believe, and it's actually a level of narcissistic behavior. If people can't realize that people have different opinions and viewpoints than they do. And the fact that people want to commit harm to people for having a different way of thinking, that's even worse. And even want to encourage it, that's just the that's prime evil. That's prime evil right there, man. Just to me. So. But yeah, let's see. So, sorry about that. I want to thank the additional subscribers to the channel. This is incredible. So we're almost at 5,000 subscribers, you guys. It's crazy. We're at the 4,967 subscriber mark, and man, I'm making way more money doing this show. Honestly, doing this show, and I want to thank all of you for contributing in so many ways to this show. But I've made so much money doing this show that I can do this show in DoorDash and actually be making far more money than I would have ever imagined. So, without you guys, I would not be able to do this. And what's weird is the Pandora's box is opening with this show. We become a show that wants to speak the truth. We want to speak our truth. We want to be honest. We want to be sincere about any current events. But we really do want to get back on track to talking about what we do best on this show, and that's invest. As a diversified investor, I want to encourage people to not just be in the S&P 500, but maybe be in other ETFs as well that expose them to other areas of the world when it comes to businesses, at least. So I think diversification is a real big deal. I think that spreading out your risk is key. And yeah, it's kind of what I'm hoping. So yeah, no, I love spreading out my risk. I love being smart about it. And man. But I actually want to really thank everybody for tuning in to the show. I'm just, So David Johnson is asking, do you understand my position? And to David, I want to just say this. David, I do understand your position. I understand that it sounds like you like doggy style is your favorite position. I don't know. That's my guess. It's my guess. I think, David, do you like doggy style? Is that what you like? My boy Antoine says, cry me a river, like I said. Dog eat dog, my boy, dude. Mega MF's running. Oh, geez. But, man, well, Swag Pappy said this coward didn't read mine. He's a liar. I thought I read one of the super chats earlier. I call them the simp chats. But yeah, no, you guys have actually, I will say that everybody has been contributing at a high scale to this show. I mean, like I said, I'm still pretty blown away, man. Be looking at some of the analytics real quick. I want to say one of my live videos got 100,000 views. That's just crazy to me. I'm kind of shocked at how much money I've been making from this. It's like pretty wild. But yeah, live shows are great, man. I really do enjoy doing the live video process more than anything. And what's surprising is the amount of watch time hours I've been getting from the vertical lives is incredible. But yeah, so another thing, like I said, he was a leader, he was a husband, he was a father. He was a good dude. And to anybody who's saying terrible things about Charlie, I really just want to say that's your hatred that you got to live with, not mine. I do honestly hope that you can find some element of peace, or at least some sort of purpose in your life. You know what I mean? Other than the hate. Anyway, I do want to thank you guys for your time. I'm out. I will do more live streaming. Probably depends on what's going on. So I'm going to be kind of busy. Basically, I've got the Belichick way right now, the New England Patriot way, no days off sort of thing. So I'm going to be trying my best to do more vertical lives, doing a little more DoorDash, being really smart about things, and just trying to, trying to get back on track to talking about investing and, long-term investing, no short-term. We're not about short-term on this channel. We're about investing for the long term, being in broad market ETFs. I may not be a financial advisor, but goddamn do I understand delayed gratification like nobody's business. And the thing is, it's like I chose a while ago to be an investor instead of a consumer. Obviously, I still have to consume products. Obviously, just like everybody else, I need toilet paper, I need food, I need equipment to run this little business operation that I got going on. But the point I'm trying to make is this. We do what we can, we stay as smart as we can, and by God, nobody likes me. You guys remember that there was an old sketch, it was like, I'm something and people like me. It's like, I'm a dumbass, I'm a fool, and goddamn, nobody likes me. Nah, I think for the most part, I do have kind of a punchable face, so I will say that. But it's one of those things, man. But yeah, it's wild. But I will say I have to go here in just a second, you guys. I want to thank you all for the time, and I hope you all have an incredible rest of the day. Also, wish us a happy anniversary, everybody. Woo! 5 years! Boom, boom, boom. Mwah. Happy anniversary, baby. We're going to go out to dinner, and hopefully we get to hang out with a kitty cat. You're probably wondering, what? There's a cat that we're going to probably hang out with, too. He's going to eat all our food. All right, later, guys. Bye, everybody.